Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so much for joining me. I don't know about all of you, but all of the fear and uncertainty in the world lately has been challenging for me. And so I know when I need to go and meditate, pray, put all of my concerns in the hands of a loving God, a loving source, and then come back to the moment. But frankly, I'm not that great at that yet. This is the spiritual practice of a lifetime, right? It started for me back when I was when I was a child. But when I was in my early 20s, I went through something particularly difficult, and I learned to meditate, and Source was really powerfully helping me then to do that. And somebody said to me, write a description of a God you would want, the kind of God you need. And I did. And that's the God I've been praying to ever since. It's not about emotion. It's not about religion. It's not about... It transcends. It transcends any kind of spiritual traditions. But it's a relationship, and that's how I deal best with it. I began, I think, by being one with a good force, but I find that for many things, if Source comes to me as a being, that's very helpful to me. And since I opened that door, Source can come to me as different kinds of beings, but it's always Source. We're all part of Source. We're all part of this divine. And no matter how you define it, I know atheists who have a terrific sense of the divine. So no matter how you define it, it can sustain you. And it's a tremendous relief to me to pray, I don't know. This is beyond me, God. This is beyond me. This situation's beyond me. This is way bigger than I. Meaning I, the me that's been built in this lifetime, this I. And I'm going to count on you. I'm putting it in your hands. I'm going to count on you, a loving, all-knowing, powerful God, to give me all that I need, to give everybody all that they need to get through. And that brings relief. But sometimes I would like to also pull some cards, because I want to get some further guidance from Source during this time that I thought I'd bring you all with. So let's do it. We get the 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords. In other words, worry could be the problem. Worry is the problem. The problem in our lives may not be the real problem. Okay, so in other words, I feel like that's reassuring. Like, don't worry, don't worry. Worry becomes the real issue, actually. Actually, look around you, be in the present moment, know that you're all right. Okay, the challenge is the 10 of Swords. And the challenge is the sad things that happen. The challenge is the painful thoughts. The challenge is, feeling like we're brought really low sometimes. We're really devastated sometimes by things that happen during this lifetime. So, Source, what else would you like to tell us? Oh, of course, the love, the Lover's card. We are love. We are love, and we're part of the larger love, this beautiful, creative, life-giving love. That's the Garden of Eden. And here I am, being reminded that even in a world full of uncertainties and fears and worries, I can walk in the Garden of Eden. It occurs to me that the best way to prepare for the afterlife is to Try to walk in it now. Try to walk in heaven now. Because we can. Takes a lot of discipline, takes a lot of practice, takes a lot of faith growing in that loving God. But we can. Human beings do it imperfectly. The Dalai Lama does it really well. He's always got this joyful spirit. And it's not because he's had no troubles. So the love is there for us. We're never alone. Look at these two are in partnership. We are never alone. You can, right now, remember, Source can come to you as a being. Allow Source to come to you as a being. And hold your hand. And understand that you will walk through this, through whatever you worry about, through whatever you suffer, through whatever's going on. You will walk through it with Source, with God. In the past, success and completion. Interesting. The world? Things aren't as bad as we fear. Things aren't as bad as we fear. Very interesting to me. Well, all is done, all is accomplished. World without end. Being without end. The infinity symbol. Divinity without end. Oneness without end. This is what's real. This is not so much real as part of our learning path this time around in this physical plane. Okay, Source, and whenever something's beyond me, I'm always asking, God, birth this awareness in me. God, do this for me. You know, it's okay to have a million things beyond you in a day. It's okay to admit it. It's okay to say, I need help. It's okay. Because we are part of the divine. We are part of the oneness. And there is so much love there ready to help us. We have the Knight of Coins above. Yeah. We can just go about our days. We can do our work. We can do the practical things. We can improve our health. We can improve our financial security. We can just go about our day and focus on that. We don't have to be in charge. See, the knight is not necessarily in charge of everything. We can ask God to lead us in the right way, to be the captain, to be the general, and we will trust and we will cooperate with the creative energy, and we will just do what we need to do today. In the immediate future, we have the King of Swords. That's logic and planning. This is awareness that during times of change, during times that are uncomfortable, that are hard. You know, we've been in a pandemic, we have economic tribulation, and now we've had more conflict. You know, we've had it in all kinds of countries, everywhere. It just feels like it's reaching a crescendo or something. So in those kinds of times, it is good to understand that Source will light up our thoughts, give us clarity, help us to plan. The planning, this is where it's good to use our brains. The planning can get us on a whole new path. This is how a tower moments turn into change. We can make a plan, and it might not be the way we like it. This might not be like we like it at all, but there's clarity with that King of Swords. There's clarity. There's good judgment. We deal in reality. We deal in logic. At the root of the matter is Page of Cups. We do like good news. Always be ready for good news, hopeful news. The sun in the home environment. Okay, that's the sun shining upon us. So, you know, one thing about modern life is we are aware of everything going on everywhere. We are aware of other people's suffering. We empathize with it. And we know that we're not immune from suffering either. But I feel like God is saying, if the sun is shining upon you, if favor is smiling upon you, please receive that. If part of your journey right now is to have carefree energy, to have some sorts of blessings, and believe me, so many of us do. I know I forget how blessed I am all the time and need to remember. A loving God would want us to embrace the gifts that are given to us and enjoy them and shrug off the worry. Shrug off the worry. Give it to a loving God. The Hermit. Hopes and fears. In other words, we take our hopes and fears to meditation or whatever it is that we find meditative. You know, everybody's different. Some people find a walk very calming and it helps them to gain some new insights. Sometimes it's, goodness, it can be anything really. Anything that we totally absorb ourselves with can be meditative. And then outcome, 3 of Swords. Okay. So there's sort of like, our challenge really is our habits of thinking. It really is. So what I'm hearing is, you know, we make a lot of the moments of suffering in our life. We make a lot of it. But we really do perpetuate it by thinking about it over and over and being wary of it happening again and thinking about suffering in other places and thinking about really painful and difficult problems. We really do create a lot more suffering for ourselves than we need to. There is suffering in this life, don't get me wrong, but we create a lot more for ourselves than we need to by going over it again and over again and over again and remembering something that happened 20 years ago. We do it to try to protect ourselves from further suffering in the future, maybe. But we don't have the power to do that, you know. That's beyond our power to determine the future. So mostly it just wastes the moments that are where the sun is shining on us. Mostly it just wastes those. I'm seeing right in front of me, I'm seeing a path. You know, it is possible to walk a path in this lifetime with many hardships and enjoy your life much more than another person who has not had many hardships, but thinks about that possibility a whole heck of a lot. Sometimes it's not the facts of our lives that create our emotions, but it's what we're thinking about. We have the Queen of Cups reversed with that as a clarifier. And we have the 5 of Wands reversed as a clarifier. You know what I'm getting? I'm getting that this pattern we have of revisiting sad things to think about, hurts. It really puts on its head cooperation, doesn't it? We have the 5 of Wands is actually debate. It's negotiation. They're building something together, or they're becoming skilled together as pages, you know, with with the wands. They might have fiery opinions, but you know what? They're getting stronger, they're getting smarter, and they're building something together. They're building skills together. That's all right. So what I'm hearing is, it's not like conflict is to be avoided. But if we come at it from such a place of pain and fear, then we do avoid it. It's just, we can't do it in a way that is helpful. The Queen of Cups reversed. So that's, allowing the painful thoughts or the worrisome thoughts to keep on dominating our thoughts. Also puts our intuition on its head. Also puts our ability to be compassionate on its head. Our ability to be emotionally insightful. So, what I am hearing is this is opportunity to become more skilled. To become more skilled at truly surrendering all that is worrisome to us and showing that we've surrendered it, that we're putting it in the hands of a trusted higher power of some sort, whatever that is for you. We're putting it in that. We're entrusting it to that power. We show we are by moving our focus away from that and onto something else. Maybe a Knight of Coins kind of thing. Daily tasks. Maybe working with others. It absorbs our attention to be speaking with other people. And they are part of the oneness as well. So thank you. I just wanted to bring you all with, this is the kind of thing I do when I need to get my head straight. I hope it's helpful to you too. I would love to hear about your processes in the comments. What helps you to break this pattern? The painful thinking and rethinking pattern. What helps you to do that? Oh, I thank you all so much for walking this path with me. Take care, and bye-bye.